Last day, we discussed about numbers, sorry, repetition. Repetition, which is the third control structure. And we have recognized that in repetition, basically these were the examples given. Did you try all this or any difficulties? So odd numbers from 1 to 10, even numbers from 1 to 10, 1 to 20, square numbers, triangular numbers. Was there any difficulty or? Hello?
The triangular numbers, sir? The triangular numbers?
Square numbers was okay, no?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. So let's discuss that part. This is related to these examples were related to repetition. The repetition is basically the same instruction set will be repeated, or same instruction, that's called loop. Same instruction set will be repetitively follow until a certain condition. For an example here, so same instruction means, which is same instruction here, which is repetitively followed. So what are the instructions followed repetitively? Yes.
C, C equals C plus 1.
Yes, C equals C plus 1. What else?
C less than or equal to 10.
Yes, C less than or equal to 10. And that's all.
C equal 1. And then that.
C, print C, right? So whatever
Yes.
in this loop path, that means this is a circle. This is like a circular path. In this circular path, whatever the instructions are in this circular path will be followed repetitively because it's following. So after C, check in the C, print in C, add in one to C, again check in, likewise. You have to follow the same. So then I asked to adapt this or change this to print, do these things, and let's discuss the answers today. I think you have discussed almost everything. So you have done, but the problem is with the triangular number. Yes, let's try. Okay, I'm going to use the same flow chart again, and I'll write using this flow chart. Then I can write the next one. So this is for the 10 to 1, right? Yeah, 10 to 1, yes. 10 to 1, how to write? Start from 10, end is, so this is to print, I think, even numbers. 10 to 1, you have to start from, yes? Printing numbers from 10 to 1. You have to start from
Yes.
10. Then you have to loop through this till C greater than 0. Then print C and C equals C minus 1. C equals C minus 1. Then 10, 10 less than, 10 greater than 0, C 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 greater than 0. Likewise, it will go up to 1, 1 greater than 0. Print in 1 and 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 greater than 0, no, then it will stop. So this is the second one. So what about the third one? So second one, let's try the pseudocode here. Second one is when C less than greater than 0, and you have to tell C equals C minus 1. This is the second one. And can you remember the code for second one? The Pascal code? Can you tell me? This is my okay. Begin then. Now we have
and then C.
So before that you have to introduce variable. Wow, is Vazi is integer. Okay, then
Begin and then C equal 10.
C colon equal.
Colon equal 10.
Okay.
While C less than or equal 10 do
10. This is actually I'm going to print from 10 to 1. While C less than or equal to 10. Is it true? 10 equal. So C starting from 10.
Yes.
Then is this the condition? While C less than or equal to 10?
Less than 10.
Less than 10. Right. Okay. Then Do. Okay.
Do. And then begin.
Okay.
Write C.
Right.
Brackets C, comma.
Now C, comma.
And then C equals C minus 1.
Okay. C equals C minus
C colon
equal. Right. Okay.
colon equal. And then end. That's it.
Okay, so if you run this code, so see what's happening. So you have to first think, right? So C is equal to 10. Whether C less than 10, is it true or false? C less than C less than 10, is C less than 10? Is it true or false?
False.
False. Then will it run?
No.
Then what will happen? So if I run this, what will happen? Here you
It
get
won't.
empty output. Why? Because it will never go to this. This part is
Yes.
false. So then what you have to do? What's the value? Okay, you said that C less than or equal to 10. Then the first time C equal 10, then it will print 10. That's true, right?
Yes.
Here. So then this is what happened. First,
Yes.
C less than or equal to 10, yes, it is true. Then begin and it is print in C. Here, this let me go and show you. First time it come and this is endless, right?
Yeah.
First time it come and print C. Now C is 10, right? Then C minus 1. C minus 1 is 9. 9 less than 10. Print 9. C minus 1, 8. 8 less than 10. Then likewise it will go and print up to 0. 0 also less than 10. Minus 1 is minus 1. Then minus 1 is also less than 10. Then again minus 2. Minus 2 is less than 10. So it will never end.
Yes.
So then what should be here? So the logic is wrong here.
Mm,
You are starting from 10. How you are going to end? So in any loop, right? Any loop. So please understand this. Any loop, you have to find out the start in position, end in position, and step.
yeah.
The condition should support the end in position. Start with 10, end in with 1. Then you have to step down one by one by one. And you have to end when this equal to 0, no? This equal to 1.
Yes.
So then is your answer correct? Or here either you have to tell C greater than or equal to 1. Because when
Yeah.
C less than 1, then you have to stop. Either you have to tell this, and yeah, here also it's 1, or you have to tell it's greater than 0.
Yes.
I think you have to do that, right? So
Okay.
please be concentrate. So concern about this because it's very important. Otherwise, if you cannot catch the logic, so no point learning examples for this, because in the examination the question will be totally different one from this, but something similar to this. But anyway, so if they give something like print odd numbers from 10 to 1, then you should be able to adjust this. Then you should be able to adapt or adjust this according to the examination need. Understood? Okay, here you have to put actually what? C greater than or equal to 1. So then see what's happening. The 10 is greater than 1. It will print 10 minus 1. 9 is greater than 1. Print 8 greater than 1. Likewise, it will go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 1. It's not greater than, but it's equal to 1. Then it will print 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 is greater than 1, no. Then it will stop. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right? So you have to write other way, right? Okay, then you can see here's numbers printed from 10 to 1. So please remember the code, otherwise. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this and I will share it with you. Right, okay. Then let's add this same time, let's add it to the note, otherwise give me somewhere. But don't by heart these things, right? So understand the logic only. කටපාඩම් කරගන්න
Yes.
එපා. ලොජික් එක විතරක් තේරුම් ගන්න. කටපාඩම් කළා වැඩක් නැහැ. මොකද කටපාඩම් කරා කියලා ඔයාලට ලැබෙන දෙයක් නැහැ. So only thing that you will get, because if you understand, you will get something. So if you don't understand, if you by heart these things, you can't write the same thing in the examination. Here for the first one, I have not given the answer. So let me add the answer for first one too. First one, the answer is you have to start from 1 and then you have to tell the whether C less than or equal to 10 and this is C equals C plus 1. That is the first one. So then it will go from 1 to 10. That is easy, no? So going forward is easy. Going backward, you have to remember the step, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes some students, most of the students will confuse with this going backward. So they will confuse, but so that confusion can be used to make your examination difficult. So if you are confused with that one, and if you cannot understand what's happening when going backward, so then in the examination, they might use this as an, yes, they might use this to make this exam difficult. So student won't be able to answer the question. So this is the second one, and let me reduce the size of first one answer. Okay, then make room for the second one. Right, then second one, you know, this is the flow chart and this is the code. So can you tell the third one? So what about flow chart? Okay, it's better discuss this thing because otherwise if you have doubts, let's finish discussing these things, no?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so then the third one, can you tell me the starting position, stopping position and the termination closer? So this is the question. Print odd numbers from 1 to 20. Print odd numbers from 1 to 20. Can you tell me how to start? Start from?
Start equals 1.
Yeah, end in?
End equals 20.
Okay, step in?
Minus 1 plus 2. No, sorry, 1 plus 2.
Yeah, you have to tell the plus 2 only. So it's going like plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So 2 by 2, it will go, right? No need to write 1 plus 2, it's going 2 by 2. 1, 3, 5, likewise 2 by 2. What is the termination condition?
Less than or equal, yeah, less than or equal 20.
Less than or equal to 20. Termination closure means basically the closure supporting to run this. When this is false, it will stop, right? So termination condition means when this is false, it will stop, right? It is not the condition to stop, it is the condition to run this. So starting from 1 until it is less than equal to 20, it will run, but after that it will terminate. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, then how to edit this? You have to tell here C equal 1 and C, yeah, C less than, that's why I said write these things, then see very easy. C less than or equal to 20 and print C and C equals C plus 2. Okay, and what about what about the pseudocode? Let's copy the same thing. And what about pseudocode? Pseudocode, you have to start begin C equal 1 and C less than or equal to same thing. C equal 1, C less than or equal to C less than or equal to 20, go 2 by 2 and we'll print the number. Right, what about the programming code? So let's go there. What is the programming code? You have to start from 1 and you have to make this 20 and you have to tell C equals C plus 2. That's all. So the C can be anything, right? C can be I or some other variable or X or any variable name. C, no need to use C always, right? C is just the variable name. So don't confuse with that, because in the examination, if they given like start, end, likewise, don't confuse. So they might give something like this. To confuse you, they can give something like this. Like let's say st equal 1. St colon, oh sorry, st integer, array, and en also integer. So you can tell C equal st, sorry, st starting equal to 1 and end in en equal to 20. So this is st, this is en, and also they will introduce something called step st colon integer, not the start, step is integer, and here also I'm going to mention step colon equal to. Then what will happen? Is it same or a different one? Same thing or different one? Starting from 1, here C is 1, ending is 20, then step is 2. Same thing, no?
Yes, sir.
Same thing. That's why in the examination, they can make this complex by just adding some few variables. Here, still you will get the same thing.
Yes.
Right? So please be ready for any kind of questions. Don't buy hard. Don't study the same format. Can be any format. Right? Can't they use something like this? Can't they use something like this? Okay, let's start from C and C is integer, and then let's say C is equal to 1. Okay, C is equal to 1, and here 20, and C equals C plus 1. Then here inside the begin, they can use something like this in begin. If C mod 2 equal 1, then what will happen?
The same thing, like.
Yes, the logic. So there's some error, sorry. So let's, I think, I'd use equal. Okay, same thing. Not colon equal, here equal, right? So because in the condition, no. So same thing means why? It is checking whether after modulating. Modulus means what? After dividing, whether remainder is 1. After you dividing by 2, if remainder is 1, then print the number. Still it calls the odd number, no?
Yes.
So likewise, I cannot give you all the steps, because there are a number of ways to do this. So cannot limit to 1 or 2 method. Same logic, same thing can be implemented in many methods. Understood? ගොඩක් විදි තියෙනවා කියලා තේරෙනවද? එකම දේ නැතුව මේ තව විදි තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. You can write maybe any equation or just take two numbers and manipulate them, and also likewise can be many methods, right? Okay, in some paper someone suggests to print odd numbers. This is the method, and maybe the same person can, so sometimes your friend, your friend showing this is the way to print odd number. Whatever given by me in the previous step is wrong. But don't argue, no need, because so you know there are many methods to do the same. Because don't argue and explain, that is useless, because sometimes some people, so it's useless to argue and tell things, right? So let's use the simplest way. So this is the simplest way to go 2 by 2, because addition is very simple. So not like the division. So you have to divide and find the remainder and compare it with some number. That is complex. That is too much. So simplest way to do this is by adding 2. Okay. So then this will print odd numbers from 1 to 20. So 19. So this is the answer. Then what about the even numbers? What about the even numbers?
So
Hello?
so in even numbers, I started it from 2.
You started it from 2. Yeah, that's okay. Totally okay. You can start from 2 and move. Dekem patangin isarada giyana, yeah, that's enough to print even numbers. Let me just this one, and yes, I think. Okay. Then let's move to the even numbers. The same thing, same example. I'm going to modify the code this time. So this is number 4. What you did like this. So you started 1, 4. You started with 2.
Yes.
That's the only thing you did. Yeah, that's simple enough. You can do that. Start with 2 and we'll give you that even number. Start with 2. They can patang you can go 2 by 2. Then it will print 2, 4, 6 up to 20. That is correct. Then what about the square numbers? What about the square numbers? Yes?
So that I'm not quite sure. Like I got in the first one I started with 1 and then 1 into 1. Like I'm not quite sure, sir. That one.
Not sure.
Yes, sir. That one and triangular numbers. I'm really not sure.
Right. Okay. So let's do this. Let's try this for the next one. So it is okay. This one. So the fourth one. So fourth one is fourth num. So this one is you have to start from 2. This is even numbers. The next one is square numbers. Fifth one is square numbers. And in square numbers, you have to start from 1. And I'm going to suggest this algorithm, but it is up to you to select the algorithm. I'm going to start from 1, and because I asked you to print square numbers from 1 to 100, I guess. Yeah, 1 to 100.
Yes.
1 to 100. I'll start from 1 and I'm going to finish with 10. I'm going to start from 1 and I'm going to finish with 10. And here I'm going to start with 1 and I'm going to finish with 10. And step in, basically, I'm going to step like this one. Then, so here, so what I'm going to print is I'm going to print C into C. Will it work?
Yes.
Because 1 into 1 is 1, then 2 into 2, 3 into 3. So I'm not going to calculate. I'm going to calculate and print. But you can mention 2 steps, like you can add additional process here. Say in the square number equals C, 1 into 1, C into C. Then print the square number and increment C. Understood? You can add additional variable called SQ to store the value of square number and print that particular number, but incrementing is done for this counter. Right?
Yes.
That can also be done. So is this the method that you used or something else? Yes?
What I did was I put like C equals C plus 1 and then only I did print in.
C equal, but what the problem is, then in case you have to start from 0, no?
Yes.
Otherwise, it will not print 1 into 1, no?
Yeah.
So if you just increment and then print, it will not print 1 into 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you adjust or can you write this?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so the printing part, simple thing that you can do is you can start from 1 and make this 10, 1, 10, then plus 1 plus 1. And here you have to print like C into C. So let's run this. You can see it's printing from 1 to 100. So that is simple enough. It's very simple way. Or you can write 1 to, so some prefer the capital method or difficult method. So they can write like 100 here. So maybe write another variable called square. SQ is to store the square number. SQ is to store the square number. And they make this C is 1 and SQ is equal to C multiplied by C. And that is to calculate then check with SQ, square root, the square number. Check square number is less than or equal to 100 and do what they have to do is just print in the square number, and the first square number, then increment the C and calculate the next square number. Next square number is this, right? So that is also a valid method. But still it's quite, the code is quite heavy. So you have to same thing will happen, but code length is quite heavy, more codes. That is also correct. Which one you prefer? The previous one or this? I think the previous one is easy, no?
The previous one. Yes.
It's easy. But in the examination, they can give any method, right? Anything. Sorry, we prepare for anything. Right. I think they have not yet asked the square numbers. Even I'm giving this square number examples. Even I did classes in Candy in way back 2006. I think I did classes in Candy. Group classes, yes, 2006 English medium group classes. That time also I was given these examples, but I think still they have not asked about square numbers and triangular numbers, but there's a possibility. So anyway, max and min they have asked many times. The max and finding the max, finding the mean, they have asked many times, right? But not this one. So square, the triangular numbers also they can ask. I think, yeah, I think they have. I cannot exactly remember. Sorry. So, but triangular number is also another thing that they can ask in the paper. So, what about the? So, let me take a screenshot of this and add, because then you can see the output and all later. That's why I'm generating the note now itself, right? Why I have not pre-generated the note? I'm not doing that normally in the classes. I'm writing the note with you just to show you so how to generate this, because so if I have pre-generated the note and show it to you, then you won't get good idea, because I'm writing the code and getting the output, and after showing the output only, I'm the confirmed one only I'm getting into this. Otherwise, if I go reverse way, most of the time I saw that some teachers, I'm not criticizing basically, but that is another style. They used to write the code in the book itself. It's the same thing in the book also. Used to write the code first, and the code will be explained. But so my preferred method is the second one. My preferred method is first try for the code, generate it. If it is correct, add to the note. So that is reverse style. But the thing is, with that, the students can do many experiments. rather than sticking into one. Otherwise, students will stick this to, if this is the question, this is the solution. So likewise, they will stick to the solution. Right, that's why I'm using the second mechanism. First, that is called solution based, solution oriented. So first I ask you to find a solution. After you found the solution, you can write down it as the answer. So that is basically happening in the university education. So they will never give notes. In university, don't expect notes. They will not give notes. So rather than giving notes, they will give questions. So we also wonder when we went to the universities first time, and even for masters, sometimes we were really worried because the lecturer will come and she or he will demonstrate some topics. After that, give some questions and go. Then whatever the note we have to prepare, then we have to find the solutions. After finding the solution, we have to write the answers. Right? So in the examination, I can remember in my masters, when I did masters in UOP Peradini. So one lecturer was there. He didn't even explain the theory. So he basically fundamentals he have given and explained the concept. After explaining the concept, the one question was there. First question actually asking us to create a formula, a function.
Yes.
So then the second question, using the function that you have created, please solve the question. So normally it's the other way. No, in the school life, we will give the function. So for an example, find the area of circle. It is 5r squared. Function will be given. Then you have to apply that. But in that question, the first question is asked, introduce a theory and asked to create a function based on the particular theory. Theory was given and asking us to create the function. Then the next question was, using the function that you have created, please solve the following. Then we have to apply values and සමීකරණෙත් අපි හදන්න ඕන. අපි හදාගෙන අපිම උත්තරේ හදන්න ඕනේ සමීකරණ. So if you get the first one wrong, then second one is also wrong. So that is, but anyway, it's really good because then only we think. Otherwise, we will just apply the theory, apply the equation which is given. Application is not a big thing. So in IT also, application is not a big thing. If Word or PowerPoint is created, PowerPoint Word hadala tiyanawana, so you can just go and use and create slides. But the difficult part is creating such applications. That is programming, right? So that is the difficult part, because in programming, you have to think about everything and create such application. But if you know programming, using will be nothing. So for an example, after knowing programming, you will get a new software. And you are not afraid because you know that whatever new software comes, you don't mind. Because if you know the algorithm, so what nothing to worry about the software. But nowadays, most of the students are worrying when the syllabus introduce a new software. For an example, GIMP and GITO was introduced. I think, is it in your syllabus? GIMP, GITO? GIMP, GITO, yes. So when it was initially introduced, so people were really afraid, saying that GIMP, GITO, so they were really afraid. But if you know about the graphic concepts and all, whatever the software comes, you don't mind. So if you know the concept, you know, software is just a tool to do that.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, then let's move. This is the last one. Let's develop an algorithm to solve the problem of not odd numbers. This is for square numbers. First, we should know how square numbers are generated. So because we cannot directly come and write an algorithm like other things, because other things we know. But this is how square numbers are generated. 1 plus 2, and 2 plus 3, and that plus 4. Sorry, plus 3, and that plus 4, and that plus 5. This is how it's generated, no?
Yes.
The first one is first square number is, yes, it's 1. Sorry, it's 1. The second square number is, what is the number? 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 or 3. 1 plus this, the cumulative value. You have to have the cumulative value, right? 1 plus 2.
3.
Yeah. Then the next one is, yes?
6.
6, yes.
6.
Yeah, 6. Next one?
10.
10. Next one?
15.
15. Okay, you have to take the cumulative values. Cumulative value when generating the square number, and that is the algorithm. So now, after knowing that this is happening, then we can tell, okay, start from 1 and it's going up to 100 and step in. Step in is a bit complex because you cannot tell step in, the first step in 2, next step in 3, next step in 4. So it is always, step in is not fixed. You cannot tell step in is 1 or 2 or 3. Step in is plus 2. So first one plus 1, then plus 2, then plus 3, then plus 4. Likewise, step in is changing, dot, dot, dot. Right? Step in is changing. Step in, first one is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. Step in is changing and condition will be 100. Right? Then you have to,
Yes.
yeah, then you have to create a flow chart to generate this one. So start. So let's start from 1. And ending, you can, it's from 100. And you have to end when it is 100. But here you can't print directly. So you can't print directly and you can't increment directly. So instead of that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have another variable this time. That is my triangular number, Tn. Tn is equal to 0, the first one. Or Tn, let's say Tn is equal to 1. You can start from 1. That's okay. Then print the Tn. Print the triangular number, which is first, it is 1. The next triangular number is generated. How the next triangular number is generated? Equal the existing triangular number plus, yes, you can say C plus C, existing triangular numbers plus C, and where C equals C plus 1. Check whether this is okay. C starting from 1, triangular number also starting from 1. Then you check not C actually, you have to check whether the triangular number is less than 100. If it is less, yes, 1 less than 100, then print the triangular number. It will first print 1. After printing 1, what will happen? Yes?
That triangular number plus 1.
Yeah, 1 plus, then C is what? C is 1. No?
C is
1 plus 1, but it is 2. It's not going to give you the answer. So let's change this. Let's change the steps. C equals C plus 1, and this is now Tn equal Tn plus C. Now, likewise, after application, you can here to C equals C plus 1. That means C is 2 now. Initially started with C1, then C is 2. Then Tn equal Tn plus C. Tn is 1. No? Tn is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. That is okay, no? Yeah, 3 less than 100. Then come and print 3. 3 is the next triangular number. That is also correct. C equals C plus 1. Now C is 3. Right? Because initially C was 1 and incremented by 1. Now C is 2. Then the next round C is incremented by 1. C is 3. Then 3 plus 3 is 6. Next triangular number is 6. 6 less than 100. Yes, print 6. And now this is 4. C will become 4. Then 6 plus 4 will be 10. Right? Then this will become 5. 10 plus 5 will be 15. So now algorithm is okay, no?
Yes.
So if you cannot understand, please tell me, right? If you cannot understand, please tell me. Okay, this is how you generate an algorithm for printing triangular numbers. First, you have to identify the pattern, and then generate this. Okay, shall we quickly draw this?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, draw and write the pseudocode, right? Both. Draw and write the pseudocode. Pseudocode and program code. So you did in your book, or
I did it in my book, sir.
right? So I think either you can take a screenshot and send, or so you can even show it using webcam if possible. Then I can check.
Okay.
I can give the feedback if you can. Yeah, yes. If you can show using the using webcam, I can show you give you the feedback real time. I'll stop recording. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. This
Okay,
one,
sir.
I think you have to indent that part is missing. The indentation part. The other programs. So this is TN. The other one is okay. It's generating. Let's try for the Pascal one. C is integer, and also you have Tn. Tn is also integer. And then C equal 1 and Tn is also equal to 1. And then you have to check whether Tn less than 100 do. Then you have to print the Tn, increase this one, and Tn, the next Tn equal Tn plus C. So then repeat the steps and we'll print the triangular numbers from 1 to 100. It's 1, 6. Okay, the correct answer is here. Right, likewise, you can find the answer. Now I think you can understand how to develop, how to design a program, and how to develop that program, whatever you design, how to develop it. Likewise, you know the basics of algorithm. Sequence using sequence selection and repetition. Let's add this to our note. Let's add it. Okay, the next question is I'll give the next question from book, because we have to, I said that we have to practice this, practice and practice. So even though the theoretical discussion is almost over, so without the practicals or without practicing how to write answers for the questions, you won't be able to answer the examination question, because we don't know the examination question. So let's move to our book. And in our book, so this is the question, example is given, find the smallest number from 10 inputs. You have to give 10 inputs and find the smallest number. So can you write this as the question? So don't look at the book. In the book you have the answer, but don't look at the book. So can you write the question? Finding the smallest number from 10 inputs. Maybe you can write finding the smallest and largest number from 10 inputs. Finding the smallest and largest number from 10 inputs. Then try to develop or design an algorithm and write a code for this. So you have to input 10 numbers, and within these 10 numbers, you have to find out what is the maximum.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give you 5 minutes. Just give a try. Okay, let me explain the concept. So I think we have discussed one thing where basically we discuss one, yeah. So out of 3 numbers, find in the maximum here. So we discuss one example using 3 numbers. So if else this one, in the switch case, or no, not this one, yeah, here. So can you remember this question?
Yes.
If there are three consecutive numbers, three consecutive inputs, how to find the maximum or minimum of that? So first one will be treated as the maximum, then the next one is input, and then you compare the current maximum with the next one. So likewise, you can apply the same method. Apply the same method means, okay, so if you have this kind of thing, I'm going to use the same code, same code as this one. Let's use the same one, this one. You can modify this same loop. You can modify the same loop to generate that. So let's see. Okay, first you tell C equal 1. You need 10 numbers. So C less than. So C is the controller now. C is going to be the controller now. What you're going to do, and while C is 1, I'm going to tell that just max. Max is also. Let's say max, you can say max 0. Initially, when the first number comes, or you can input the first number, maybe yes, C0, yes, max is max number is, or minimum, whatever, mean number is 0, and you can say max number is also 0. This is in the starting stage. You can say mean number is 0 and max number is also 0. Then the second stage here, what you're going to do is, let me drag this for bottom. Okay, so the next step, what you're going to do is you are going to input the first number, right? You're going to input the number 1, input number, and that input number. So after inputting the particular number, so rather than saying 0, you can say if there's one number, maximum is the same number, no? If there's only one number,
Yes.
maximum is, yes, that is the maximum, that is the minimum. Max number equal mean number equal, so both numbers are equal to this number, because if there's only one number, that is the maximum as well as that is the minimum. Correct or wrong?
Correct.
Yeah. So then, okay, let's drag this further. If there's a one number, maximum is that one and minimum is also that one. But when another number comes, so here this one, this is in the case you have one number. But when another number comes, or when there's another number, let's input that number here, input number again, then you have to compare that number. You have to compare that number with the existing maximum number. You have to compare this new number with the existing maximum number. So that can be done using if else. Again, you can use a condition and compare the current. So you can check whether if the new number is greater than the maximum. If new number is greater than the maximum number, if it is yes, so I am doing the construction rather than explaining it in the book. because it's very important to understand the concept, understand the underlying concept. Okay, if this number is even greater than the max number, then you have to tell if it is years, max number equal this new number. So this is what we did in the previous example. This is what we did basically. But in that case, we had only 3 numbers. But here we are going to input 10 numbers. If maximum number is greater than, even greater than max number, the max number is that one. If not, no need to worry. If not, no need to worry. If no need to worry. So no need to do anything. So this is when it is no. And the next one is, after checking this, for minimum number also you have to do the same thing. You have to check whether the number is even less than the minimum number. Number is less than the minimum number. If that is true, if number is less than the minimum number, if that is true, so let me add this to this one. Actually, you have to use a connector to add this. That is the regular method, but even without using connector also you can do, but I recommend you to use the connector because multiple paths are there. Okay, same structure you can use if the okay, if it is less than minimum, you can use the same structure, this no and yes. This part you can use. If this is years, this, if it is years, the minimum number will be equal to, if this is years, the minimum number will be equal to this number. This is if this is yes. If this is no, no need to do anything. After that, what you are going to do? After that, so you have to go again and input another number. You have to go back and input another number. That can be done. You have to go to the beginning and input another number. That can be done using this. It's a loop. Just to check whether the C is 10. This can be done by incrementing C by 1. You can say C equals C plus 1. C equals C plus 1. Because 10 times you have to do the same thing. 10 times you have to do the same thing. So after that you have to go here and then you have to go to the beginning of this, back, C equals C plus 1, go back and you have to check whether C is less than 10. If it is less than 10 or equal to 10, enter the next number, right? Enter the next number. So likewise, this will go, this is C is 1, then 1 less than 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, like it will go 10 times. It will go 10 times. So here less than 10, this will go 10 times, but since you have done 1 here, I can make this C less than 1 because I need another 9 times because already you have done 1. You have taken 1 number. So you can check that for next 9 inputs. After checking all these things, one time, after checking 9 times, after going 9 times, this will come to end. because c will greater than 10. So before we end, what you have to do, you have to do one thing before we end, that is basically how I couldn't erase this. It's my mistake. Drawing in your book, it's very easy, but in Word, it's difficult. With the arrows and all. If it is no, it should come here. If it is years, it should come here. Yes, this direction, no, this direction, yes, this direction, no, the other direction, yes. Then here also you have to tell that go to beginning and input the number. Before you stop, what do you have to do? Yes, before you stop, what do you have to do? Now you have found the maximum and minimum, because this will repeat 10 times and find which is the largest and which is the smallest. Understood or not? If you cannot understand, please tell me. Right? Because first time it will check, it will blindly, not blindly at least. First time it will take first number as the minimum and second number as the first number as the maximum. Then it will check with the other numbers. If something greater than minimum, that will be the minimum. Or something greater than maximum, that will be the maximum. If something less than minimum, that will be the minimum. Likewise, it will find. After that, you have to print the minimum and maximum. So here you have to print the minimum and maximum. Print minimum number and maximum. So after printing minimum and maximum number, you can stop the program. Okay, this is right. You can't write the same answer in the book because I'm going to print both minimum and maximum. The flow chart will be a bit complex. The plan will be a bit complex, but still you can write this. So is that the same that you composed, or is there any different things, any issues, any doubts?
It's a bit different, sir.
Is it generating the
Can I
answer,
copy this
or
one?
it has some errors?
It has some errors. So I checked that it has some errors.
It's not generating the answers, no?
No.
Okay. Then can you write down the nulli?
Okay, sir.
Okay. And for this, you have to write down the code, and for this, you have to write down the code and pseudocode and Pascal code. Okay, since we are running out of time, let's discuss the Pascal one quickly. So pseudocode you can write down.
Okay.
Okay, then let's go and discuss the Pascal one. You have C as integer and then max number as integer and min number as integer. Max number, min number. What else? Max number, min number, and number also as integer. All four you can mention. It is possible to write all four at once, right? C, max number, min number, and number, all four. So even though I wrote in 2 steps, you can even write in 1 step, or you can write 4 steps separately. Because simultaneously you can put comma and introduce that as integer. Then you have to start C with 1, and then you have to input the number. So let's input the number. You know how to input a number. You can write enter number, and that number you can read to NO. You're reading to NO. And then first step, you have to tell that the max number equal that number, sorry, max number colon equal that number, and min number colon equal that number, max number colon equal that number, and the min number colon equal that number. Okay, so then maximum min number num anyway, max num min num equal number. So then the while loop which go till 10 is controlled by C, and C equals C plus 1 to control that, and begin. Then you beginning, in the beginning you have to input the number. Here you have to input the number, read it to the number, and then you have to check if this number is greater than the max number. If number is greater than max number, then you have to tell, okay, if it is greater than the max number, then max number colon equal this number. So other than, in addition to that, you have to tell the second one, if number less than min number, then the min number colon equal this number. Okay, that is the next one. So after that, okay, the process goes and increase the number like this. After finishing the while loop, so after ending the while loop, you can write ln maximum number is the max number, and the minimum number is min number. You can write that as the output. That is the final output. The minimum number is min number. So likewise, you can write this max number and min number. So then just run the code. Okay, there's an error seems here, semicolon missing. So again, line 9, that's something wrong. Line 9, here also semicolon missing. Again, I got number. If found unexpected. Here you expect this one. Okay, now it's running. First, it's telling enter a number. I'm going to enter number 10. Again, it says enter a number 89 this time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Asking the 11th one, I said that don't give like it's less than or equal to 10, less than 10, because you need 9. So, but anyway, let's give me a number. So then it says maximum number is 89, which is, yeah, correct. And the minimum is 10. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So here you have to make it less than 10, right? Don't make it less than or equal to 10, because here you have taken one input already. The next 9 you have to take like this. Right? Or you can put another method of doing this. If you know that all numbers are positive, what you can do is you can write here the max number and minimum number is 0. So then without taking the input, you can take all inputs inside the loop. Understood that point or not? Yeah, you can tell the max number equal without taking this one, without writing this one. So if you know all the numbers which are going to come are between 0 and 100. If you know all numbers which are going to come between 0 and 100, So here, let me comment this section. So if you know that, you can give max number is equal to 0 and min number is equal to 100. If you know that the numbers which are going to come is between 0 and 100. Why? Then max number will be, then you can take, make this like equal. Then all 10 inputs will be taken inside the loop. එතකොට බිඳුවටත් වඩා වැඩි එකක් තියෙනවා නම් එයා max කියලා තමයි පටන් ගන්නෙ. 100ට වඩා අඩු එකක් තියෙනවා නම් එයා min කියලා තමයි min හොයන්න පටන් ගන්නේ. So if it is even less than 100, it's going to find the, so assuming that the largest one is the minimum, then whatever the number comes, it will compare and check whether it's less than the particular number, and as taking the smallest number as the maximum. Going forward, it can check whether, yeah, it can check whether the next number, largest number, so small, so whether the next largest number is even greater than 0. You can start with the borders. That is another method. Understood or not?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, but you cannot tell the number range, no? So if you know the number range, you can start like this. But if you cannot tell the number range, better to start with the first number. Right? If you know the number range, you can start like this. But if you don't know the number range, so my suggestion is start with the first number. If you don't know the number range. Okay, now this is my code. Right, this is my code. You can just copy or write down the same. Now I'm going to take a print screen of this, and anyway, after entering all 10 numbers, you will be given maximum and minimum number. So first it will input all, so here, sorry. So you have to make this less than. You have to take all the 10 inputs, and after that only it will give maximum and minimum. Okay, so that is the one, and as a homework, I'm going to give 2 things. So using this, and with that, I think we will cover everything related to each and every possible examination question. With that, we can cover all the possibilities, but the thing is, we have some more theories to learn. Next day, we'll study about that. That is about basically, okay, for the moment, we have discussed about identifiers, reserved words or the keywords. Okay. Wait. Give me a second. Okay. Then after that, we discuss about the standard data types: integer, real, Boolean, character, char, string. So Boolean is for true, false, and real is for the decimal numbers, integer for integers or whole numbers, character for single characters, and strings for set of characters. And then how to declare the variable and how to assign value to variable. Operators we discuss. These are the operators. And I think we discuss about the division and modulator. What's the difference between division and modulus? Yes. Division and modulus. Div and mod. Yes. Can you remember or need to tell? Division basically give you the integer answer after dividing. What is the here? This is the division, and mod means the remainder. After dividing, what remains? So for an example, 20 divided by 6, the answer is 3 and remainder is 2. Division give the integer answer after dividing, and then the modulus will give the remainder, right? That's why we checked, that's how we checked that odd and even.
Yes.
Okay. So then the comparison operator, we learned that, and we have applied that. We have not applied this one. Other than this, and we have applied less than, equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and the not equal to we have not applied. So let's apply it next week. And the logical operators like and, so you can check 2 conditions. or three conditions using AND, or and not operator, right? So we have to learn that. And operator precedence, yes, we discuss about that Bodmas theory. I said that multiplication will happen first and the brackets will be given the priority. Likewise, then the plus minus and the comparison, not will be the first topmost, because not is unary. Unary means it's applicable to only one set. So it will happen first. Okay, then the next one. So the expression evaluation. I think we have to do few exercises related to the expression evaluation. And then we discuss about if and nested if. Actually, if you are having multiple if, what will happen? So this is if fails the multiple times. Let's try that. Let's practice that. Actually, we have to practice. And the repetition also we learn. And we have to practice all three loops basically. So I have used while loop. So let's practice for loop and do while loop next day. And repeat until, or the do while. Then nesting control structures, one inside another. So we did that. Now itself we did that one. Inside while we have nested if, right? So if you cannot understand what I'm telling, please tell me. I really don't like to do without seeing the face basically, because I don't know whether you can understand or not. This is blind. Actually, this is blind. But next day, if possible, let's at least try to turn on the camera. Then I can see whether you can understand or not. Right? I know today we have started early morning. You just wake up. Don't worry. Okay, the selection is the next one. Selection if else we discussed. And arrays, we have to discuss this one, arrays. And yes, arrays, assigning values, declaring arrays, used in subprograms, arrays, subprograms, we have to discuss that part. Arrays, subprograms, and functions. And then the theoretical part, need of a programming language, why programming language is needed, and what is machine language, what is assembly, what is high level, that is theoretical part. And yeah, with that, so language, yeah, interpreters, compilers, and yeah, that is the end of the particular lesson. I think by next week we can finish this. But that is, remember that this is like 25% or 30% of your syllabus. It's closer to 30% of your syllabus in grade 11. Do you have any doubts related to what we have discussed, or?
No.
Okay, this part actually we have discussed, the part 2, chapter 2, we have discussed the summary. But since that we can just finish within half an hour, chapter 3. It's 2 because we have discussed. What about chapter 3? Do we need to discuss chapter 3?
No needs. I'm fine with that.
What are the other areas that you are having issues? What about HTML part? You're okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Right. Then I think we can do the papers, no?
Yes.
Okay, after finishing this part. So if you're having any difficult area, let me know. Otherwise, we can just go and discuss the papers. Okay, I'm going to finish for today with that and the homeworks. Right. So please write code. So this is one homework. And please write the code, and I'll keep some space here. To print factorial of a given integer. Write a code, because this I saw this in examination. Factorial of a, to print the factorial of a given of a given integer. So for an example, factorial 4 is generated using 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. and factorial 8 is, this is equal to 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So whatever the below integers, you have to multiply that integer with the below integers. Going down, step in, -1 by -1. That is how you find the factorial. And then print the following series. Print the following series, and that is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and then 21, 34, 55. So likewise. How it is generated basically? Yes, how this series is generated. 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 8 is 21, 21 plus 13 is, yes, it's 34, and 34 plus 21 is, so previous two numbers added and given as the next sequence, next number. 34 plus 21 is 55. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Both concepts, factorials, and this is called Fibonacci. The second one is called Fibonacci series. The second one, the first one is called factorial, the second one is called Fibonacci. So please try these two. Try to write pseudocode, flowchart, as well as the program code. Next day we'll discuss this one plus arrays plus this other remaining part of the remaining parts of this chapter. Right. Hopefully this is okay. And you got the last day video?
No, sir.
No, right. I think I have to upload that. I have saved that video, but I couldn't upload that, it seems. So let me upload that, and this one maybe today or tomorrow I'll upload that, and you can refer to those.
Okay, sir.
Okay. With that, I'm going to finish for today. Okay, so you can just write this one, and I have taken, yes, I have taken a screenshot of this one. Just try this one too. You need time to write down this one?
I wrote it, sir.
Oh, you wrote it. Okay, great. So then let's finish for today. And please let me know the next day, then I can conduct the class. Right, okay?
Okay, sir.
Then have a nice day. Bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Welcome. Bye.